guys, it's Dr. Denney from Four Paws Fulshear Veterinary Clinic. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about allergies and what it looks like in our dogs, and my veterinary technician Maddie is going to be helping me ask some questions that you might have some questions about, and hopefully when you go to your next veterinary clinic and ask these questions, you'll be able to understand a little bit more.
Dr. Denney, how common are allergies in dogs?
So we live in Houston, so that means that we have more allergies than God. My entire staff has allergies, so pretty common, really common, from weed, pollen, mold, dust mites, mosquitoes are a big one, fleas, ticks, you name it, we've got it. And then we even get the African safari dust sometimes. So there's a lot, and it's very common.
What are some common dog allergies?
So common dog allergies here in Houston, we see primarily environmental. You can see some food allergies. Environmental is going to be kind of what I was just saying, where it's in the environment. So dust mites, weed, pollen, mold, trees, different types of grasses. There might be some part of Houston that has Bermuda grass, and another part that has a different, like St. Augustine, and certain dogs you can move from one part of Houston into another, and then all of a sudden you're blown up with allergies, and your dog may have never had allergies before. The second type versus like environmental is food. So dogs will become allergic to the main meat protein in their food. It's usually not a grain allergy. It's a very small percentage of dogs that actually have a grain allergy. It's more likely the meat protein, so the most common being beef, chicken, or pork.
How do allergies impact the health and well-being of my dog?
So if you have a dog with allergies, then you're going to be saying, because I live in the veterinarian's office and I'm constantly spending money to fix this. So dogs show their allergies primarily on their skin, in their ears, or in their stools. So a lot of cases that we see are chronic ear infections where they're shaking their head and they're showing it that their ears hurt or they itch. Chewing and licking of their paws. My own personal dog will chew her paws practically bloody when she is having a flare-up, and it happens quick. I can go to the store and be gone for 45 minutes, come back, and my dog's chewed her paws raw when she was perfectly fine when I left and my husband was watching football with her sitting next to him on the couch. So it can happen that quickly, but rashes on the belly, hair loss, sometimes you'll get these like crusting lesions where the hair just falls out with crusts and it's gross. A smell. So if you ever hear someone talking about how their dog's feet smell like Fritos, that means there's probably some yeast going on. So those are going to be kind of big symptoms as far as skin goes that we can see allergies.
Can I diagnose my dog's allergies at home?
So you can certainly, notice that there's a problem. Pinpointing exactly what it is usually takes some help with your veterinarians, but certainly can you look at your dog and say, oh, there's a rash, and oh, that's probably an allergic reaction since he was just laying outside in the grass? Yes, you can. That's not a bad assumption. But in order to get it treated and to figure out kind of, hey, how can we prevent this? How can we manage it? Because the most frustrating part about allergies is you can't cure them. You can only manage them. And so it's probably one of the most frustrating cases both for homeowners and for veterinarians, because there's no 100% fix. You can't fix it and then move on with your life and forget about it. And once you're dealing with these issues, the dogs and cats will have these issues for their whole life.
How will a veterinarian diagnose allergies in my dog?
So a lot of it's history. So when I'm having I call it my allergy talk, and my staff will tell you it's a long talk. It's not a short talk, it's like a 20-minute long talk. But we talk about, is it seasonal? Is it year-round? We ask these questions. What kind of food is your dog on? Where are they itching and licking and chewing? So, based on these, I can start to narrow it down like, okay, do I think this is more environmental? Or, hey, is this year-round no matter what season it is? And I mean, here in Houston, we really only have, like 2 seasons, right? We have hot and hotter. So, but when we're talking about that, if it's year-round, I'm going to think more diet-related, and we might talk about doing a diet trial. But if it's seasonal, like my dog, where she flares up just in the beginning of spring and at the end of summer, hers is primarily environmental. So that's kind of how I would start to diagnose it. And then we have to treat the symptoms. So the symptoms of allergies are skin infections, ear infections, the itchiness, the licking of the paws that might get you up at night, because I know I'm a light sleeper and I cannot sleep if my dog is the whole night and it just wakes you up. So, you know, that's how I have this allergy talk, and we talk about these symptoms.
How are dog allergies treated using anti-inflammatory therapy?
So allergies happen when the immune system is having an over response to something, or not a normal response. So if we're sitting here and saying that, okay, your skin has pollen on it and the skin cells and the immune system in your skin is going crazy, then you get red and a rash and maybe even an infection, which is actually an overgrowth of their own bacteria. We can use medications that help decrease the inflammation, and by doing that, we're trying to teach the immune system, or trying to moderate the immune system's response to decrease the inflammation, which is causing the problem. So it's kind of like you're not going to pour grease on a fire, you're going to smother the fire. So what we have to do is we have to teach the immune system, or give the immune system ways to calm down. So it's not in traditional like an anti-inflammatory therapy. It's using or telling the immune system to, hey, you need to not react so much to these normal things because you're causing problems.
How is shampoo therapy used for dog allergies?
So topicals are great. If you've seen a veterinary dermatologist, which is something we can get into a little bit later, topicals are a mainstay therapy of trying to help dogs battle allergies, and also it's going to be better for your pocketbook. Because it's something that you can buy and use. So oftentimes the skin barrier is what gets damaged, and so the allergens will get in between the little skin cells, and that's how it gets into the deep layers of your skin, and that's where the immune system goes, oh my god, this is an invader. So these topicals, these shampoos, and these mousses and wipes, they're all geared towards, number one, helping decrease infection, and also helping with the skin barrier. So it's making the skin barrier better so it can repel some of these allergies. So topical therapies are huge.
What is hyposensitization or desensitization therapy for dog allergies?
So it's immunotherapy. So just like how humans get allergy injections or sublingual drops, our dogs can too. Typically, this is something that we get the help of a veterinary dermatologist or a specialist to get allergy testing done, but we're basically we can teach you how to give these injections at home after you've done the diagnostics to figure out exactly what's causing the problem. It does take up to a year to sometimes see a response, but you are basically training the immune system to not react. So just like humans will get injections if they have a cat allergy or a dog allergy, and they marry someone that loves cats. Like for me, I have 4 cats, and my husband, it was in my wedding vows that he had to respect.